The real American story does not begin with towering cities or global power. It begins with land, struggle, and survival. Long before the United States existed, indigenous nations lived across the continent, building complex societies, trading networks, and cultures deeply connected to the earth. Their stories were the first American stories, though they were often ignored or erased when newcomers arrived. European settlers came seeking opportunity, freedom, and wealth, but their arrival brought conflict, disease, and displacement. Colonies grew along the Atlantic coast, shaped by hard labor, harsh winters, and strict rules. For many settlers, life was not easy or free. Survival depended on cooperation, faith, and relentless work. At the same time, millions of Africans were forced into slavery, creating a foundation of injustice that would shape the nation for centuries. Their labor built farms, towns, and wealth, even as their humanity was denied. The idea of America as a land of freedom existed alongside deep contradictions. Colonists spoke of liberty while accepting oppression. Still, new ideas spread about rights, representation, and self-rule. When the colonies challenged British authority, it was not only a political rebellion but a bold experiment. Ordinary farmers, merchants, and laborers began to believe they could govern themselves. The American Revolution created a nation, but not a perfect one. Independence promised equality, yet delivered it unevenly. The Constitution formed a framework, but it left many outside its protection. From the very beginning, America was a nation built on hope and conflict, vision and compromise. This tension would become the driving force of the real American story. As the nation expanded westward, the American story became one of movement and transformation. Settlers pushed beyond familiar borders, driven by dreams of land and prosperity. Railroads, farms, and towns reshaped the landscape, often at great cost to native peoples who were forced from their lands through violence and broken treaties. Industry changed America rapidly. Factories rose, cities grew, and waves of immigrants arrived seeking work and opportunity. They brought languages, traditions, and labor that powered the nation's growth. Life was hard, long hours, unsafe conditions, and low wages, but many believed sacrifice could lead to a better future. This belief fueled both progress and protest. At the same time, the issue of slavery divided the nation. Economic interests, moral arguments, and political power collided, leading to the Civil War. It was the bloodiest conflict in American history, testing whether the nation could survive its own contradictions. When slavery ended, freedom was declared, but equality remained unfinished. Reconstruction offered hope, yet resistance and discrimination quickly followed. Despite setbacks, Americans continued to organize, challenge authority, and demand change. Workers formed unions. Women fought for the right to vote. Communities resisted injustice in courts, streets, and schools. The American identity became more complex, shaped not by one voice but by many. Growth brought wealth and influence, but also inequality and unrest. The real American story during this period is not only about expansion or victory, it is about people struggling to define fairness, dignity, and belonging in a rapidly changing nation. In the modern era, America's story is still being written. The nation faced global wars, economic crises, and social revolutions. Soldiers fought overseas for freedom, while citizens at home demanded it more fully. The civil rights movement exposed the gap between American ideals and lived reality, pushing the country toward greater justice through courage, sacrifice, and persistence. Technology reshaped daily life. Information spread faster, voices grew louder, and divisions became more visible. America became more connected to the world, influencing and being influenced in return. Success brought responsibility, and power came with scrutiny. The idea of the American dream, success through hard work, remained powerful, even as it became harder for many to reach. Today, the real American story is not simple or unified. It includes immigrants building new lives, workers seeking stability, activists demanding change, and families striving for security. It is a story of debate, resilience, and reinvention. Mistakes are confronted, histories are questioned, and identities continue to evolve. What makes the American story real is not perfection but persistence. The nation has never fully lived up to its promises, yet generations continue to believe those promises are worth fighting for. America is not just a place or a government. It is an ongoing conversation about freedom, responsibility, and humanity. The real American story is unfinished. It belongs not only to the past, but to everyone shaping the future.